Guys, the juiciest garlic steak bites. All right, guys, so we're gonna get started with our steaks. Here we have 2 ribeyes. These are grass-fed, grass-finished. I did trim off a little bit of the fat, and now we're just gonna cube it, okay? So this is really just to your liking. You're gonna want to, I'm going for about an inch. I would say about an inch thick. Guys, I can totally tell by cutting this meat, this is gonna turn out like butter. It's gonna melt in your mouth. I tried to make them as even as possible. This is about a 1-inch cube. Okay, so I transferred my steak into the mixing bowl, and now we're just going to spray a little avocado oil. And then, of course, we're gonna season it. So we're gonna do a little pepper. Just a little. And some salt. And we're gonna use avocado oil as our oil of choice because it does have a much higher smoking point. Avocado oil actually has like a 475 to 500 degree smoking point, whereas coconut oil or olive oil has like a 350. And we are definitely cooking with the high heat today, so this is what we're using. And now this is nice and seasoned. We're gonna set this aside and we're gonna get started on our butter. Okay, so here we have grass-fed butter, we have our garlic and some rosemary. Now we're gonna use this garlic press to get the most out of our garlics. So we're going to get this right into our butter. You have to be strong for this. And the garlic is gonna be completely optional. I absolutely love garlic, so we're gonna go hard. We're using about 3 to 4 cloves. But it just depends on how much you love garlic. This is obviously gonna add so much flavor to our steak bites. I would definitely not leave this part out. Now, if you just don't like as much garlic, then don't add it. Or if you don't like it at all, then omit it, but still add the butter. Okay, so we have our rosemary. I got this right from our own garden. So we're just gonna take out the little rosemary sprigs, because we don't want to eat branches. And then I'm just going to chop it up, finely chop it, and add it right into our butter. Now we're gonna add in a little salt and pepper. So we have our pepper to flavor our butter. Guys, I'm telling you, this is a little bowl of straight flavor. Telling you, you guys cannot miss this. So let's go ahead and give it a good mix. Look at how beautiful our butter looks. I can see all the rosemary. This is just flavor waiting to happen. Let's go ahead and move over to the stove. Okay, so we have our cast iron skillet. We have our flame on high. I really do think that a cast iron skillet is important for this recipe. So we are just pouring a little bit of avocado oil. Okay, so we're gonna add in our steak. Remember, when you're adding in your pieces of steak, do not turn them over because you want them to get a nice crust or sear. My heat is really high, so this is, as you can tell, it's getting a nice crust on. Ooh, look at that. Yes, queen. Okay, so we're obviously gonna continue cooking this, but I definitely wanted it to get a nice sear, which it is. Okay, and we're taking these out. Meanwhile, we're going to cook another batch, and then I'm gonna show you the next step. So we're doing about 30 seconds on each side. Obviously, my heat is super, super hot. The cast iron gets extremely hot. So it's even with 30 seconds, we are getting a nice sear. And remember, we are still gonna continue cooking this with our butter. I cannot wait to show you what this looks like. So this one is pretty much cooked through. Now let's go ahead and add in the first 2 batches. Looks beautiful. Guys, wait for it, wait for it. So this is where the party starts. We have our garlic rosemary butter. Throwing that right on top. And now let's go ahead and just spread it all over our meat. All the steak bites are gonna get soaked in this garlic butter. Wow, guys, oh my gosh. And here's our secret ingredient. I'm just going to drizzle this right over our meat. And it's just a little coconut aminos. Guys, it really takes this dish to the next level. It's like a perfect balance with the savory. It gives it a hint of sweetness. All right, guys, so our steak bites are done. Let's go straight into the taste test. I'm gonna go for this one right here because it looks like it has a nice little crust on it. Oh my gosh, this is like butter. Heavenly. Obviously the steak, super tender, but the flavor, this is it. The butter gives it so much flavor. The rosemary, honestly, the coconut aminos adds that slight sweetness that it needs. Guys, this is absolutely amazing. I'm telling you, you can have this for breakfast with eggs. You can have a steak salad for lunch, and with dinner, just pair it with a cauli mash and you are set. Guys, thanks again for being here. I hope you really enjoyed this recipe. It is absolutely amazing. 10 out of 10, you have to try it. If you really like this video, hit that like button, share with friends and family that are living a low carb lifestyle, or maybe just trying to make healthier choices in their life. I love you guys. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you on my next video. Mwah.